Hello everyone, my name is Kundan Singh and I'm going to demonstrate the call taker terminal of Emergent Communications. I'll walk over some of the features of the call taker terminal. It's a web-based system. Uh, Once you go to the web-based page using your standard browser such as in this case Google Chrome, you are prompted with the login prompt. I'm entering the call taker login that I have pre-configured in the system. Once I log in, I am presented with the call taker terminal. There are different boxes representing different parts, different features of the system. As you can see in the call list, there is one active call which is probably being handled by another call taker in the system. Now I'm going to call from another terminal and see what happens. So when an incoming call is received, the call taker terminal, whichever is available, gets a prompt and you can answer or decline the call. Once you answer the call taker terminal gets populated with different information about the call, such as the location of the caller, different status, the participant list. In this case, the caller name is mtedder, and I'm the call taker number 2. There are different things which I can modify, such as after talking to the call taker, I can add the real name of the call taker. For example, in this case, all these values get updated to the call list immediately and visible to all the other call takers in the system. Similarly, I can modify the location information in the system and that gets updated immediately. So in this case, the location is this. I can also show the location on a map by clicking on the map link. All the boxes are movable, so you can move them around, see the location. These location gets updated depending on the call. You can keep this window on all the time, and whenever a new call comes in, the window gets updated with the new location map. The standard operating procedure for different calls, different types of calls. After talking to the caller, you can determine what the call type is. For example, in this case, it was a medical injury due to electrical shock. So I select medical injury. I can also see all the different steps that a call taker needs to take for these kind of emergency, what kind of questions the call taker needs to ask. Again, this window is persistent, so you can keep it open, and as the new calls come in, the window automatically gets updated depending on what types I select. Um, Once the call is answered, you basically know what kind of response agencies are in this particular area. You can select the response agencies, dispatch them, and so on. The call list is like an active call queue. It shows active pending calls in the system at this PSAP. So in this case, you can see that the previous call that the other call taker was handling from Kundan is getting closed, and then the call is released from the call queue. So now the other call taker is free. So what I could do is I could dial the call taker number, probably invite him or transfer the existing call to that call taker. So I can probably transfer the call to the existing call taker. Once I transfer, the other call taker terminal rings, and once the other call taker accepts, you can see the primary call taker responsibility has been changed from mine to the other call taker. So the other call taker has become the primary call taker for this particular call. When I put the call, I can do various call control functions, such as I can put the call on hold or mute my terminal, put the call on full mute or partial mute, and so on. When I put the call on hold, the hold time gets updated here as well as the call list. The call status gets updated depending on whatever action is taken for this particular call. So in this case, what I'm going to do is let the caller terminate the call and see what happens. So when the caller terminates the call, uh, all the call takers who are part of this call as well as all the other call takers in the PSAP see that the caller has hung up the call, and there is an option to call back the original caller. Either I can call back or the primary call taker can probably call back that particular caller. So let me just try calling back and see what happens. A new call is created. This is call type callback, and the caller is connected to this particular call. Now I can invite the call taker one again into the conference or join him in the conference and so on. So that was the basic part of the system, and let me show you some of the advanced features here. Uh, so right now what you're seeing is I am in an active call with this caller, and there's only me and him. Now, what happens when another call is received at this terminal and there is no call taker available to receive the call? In that case, what happens is the call gets into a queue, and the caller gets a prompt saying that no, please wait for the next available representative who can answer your call. Once I finish with this call, my existing call, and then release the call, I get prompted for that incoming call, and then I can answer or decline that particular call. So the call queue is an active feature. Any of the call takers, whether irrespective of ACD, can go and click on the particular call from the call list and join that particular call. Alternatively, the automatic call distribution feature automatically distributes an incoming call to the next available call taker representative. All the calls get recorded in the system. So here recording is in progress. As you can see, this call has been on for about 35-36 seconds. So let me terminate this particular call as well, and then I'm going to before I terminate this call, let me show you the text message feature. So text message feature allows you to interact with text, either or voice text, video text, or just text only. So here there are some pre-configured messages which I can select and send, or alternatively I can send a specific text message. Please send me your phone number. That message goes to the caller, or as well as is visible to other call takers who are part of this particular call. It also gets logged in the system in the call log, so that others can see that once they go back in the history view that I'll talk about later. So in the general process, you receive a call, you answer it, you talk to the caller, and then you select the response agency and dispatch it. Alternatively, you could probably invite other people into the conference, or you could transfer the call to another call taker or some third-party agencies and so on. The call status shows what your terminal status is for this particular call. Let me hang up this call as well, and show you how a video call essentially works. So suppose the caller sent a call with video feature enabled. In this case, because it was not an emergency call, the prompts as well as audio-visual indications are different. And once I answer the call, the video gets enabled between the caller and the call taker. Right now, by default, it shows the caller video. The call taker can also enable its own video, in which case the caller will see that particular video from the call taker. The video and audio of the system are automatically recorded and are available for future views. So let me show you the history feature of the system. You can see the recent history of the call in this quick list, or you could see the full history of the call taker, sort it around, go to different pages and so on. So in the recent history, let me just quickly show how the recording feature worked. Essentially, if it's a video call, the video caller box pops up and it shows the 31 seconds call duration. I can start playing the call, and both the audio and video part of the call should start playing with this particular call. This call was answered at around 6 seconds, at around 8 seconds. Once the call was answered, the video and audio start playing for this particular call. Let me release this association with this particular call, and show you some of the other advanced features of the system. So for example, there are a lot of links which can be customized. There are things such as the user interface of the system which can be customized. So each call taker, for example, can change the theme color of the system. Say if I like bluish color, I can change it to that. I can reset things to default, and change other properties in the system. These boxes are again customizable. So for example, if I want a bigger caller information or bigger emergency information box, I can resize them, and then these sizes stay into the system. If I want map to fit somewhere and be always there on the terminal, then I can do that too. One of the interesting feature here is that we have an extensive user manual which describe with different screenshots how to exactly use the system. For more information about this system for the emergency 911 call taker terminal as well as other components, you can contact Emergent Communications or visit their website at emergentcom.com. Thank you.